galaxy far away. Top decks clashing heroes in the fray. From Tatooine streets to the Death Star's core, we're all fighting in the Metal War.
Hey Star Wars fans, Darth Vader here with another episode of the Metal Wars, and we've got a big one for you guys today. So without any further ado, let's pull up the agenda and let's have a look at what's on the cards. Alrighty guys, so outside of a couple shout outs, we've got some pretty big event results for you. We've got the planetary qualifier that took place over the weekend in Victoria. We've got not one, but 3 Store Showdown events in South Australia to cover. And, of course, our weekly online tournament. Outside of that, we've also got the meta reports for those events and some upcoming events that we're going to cover as well. So make sure you keep an eye out on what's coming up on this program because it is going to be a whole lot of fun. Alrighty guys, so speaking of shout-outs, we're going to go straight into our favorite shout-out, which of course is the SWU AUS Discord. So if you're not a part of it, click the QR code, get in on it. It is the place to be for Star Wars Unlimited in Australia. We've now got over 450 members, so I definitely need to update that slide. But everything else is still the same. We've got community chats, events hubs, events results, deck techs, pack pools, buy, sell, and trade. You name it, it is there. And we are ready to share it all with you guys as soon as you click that QR code and jump on board. Alrighty, now for the pulls of the week, we've got Crumbfish and Marquez with a couple of showcases here. Ava, Chris, and Kane and Jarrus, so congratulations to you guys. But we're going to move straight into it with what everyone wants to see, and here we are with the Vic Planetary Qualifier that took place on Saturday, August the 23rd at Guff in Geelong. We had 52 players for this one. And as you can tell from that photo there, that is none other than Gaming Jack, who took out the event on Han Solo Blue Force. Now, if you guys don't know Jack, he is a fantastic player. I won't go into too much about his history because there is a really, really awesome interview that I listened to last night, which is currently on our channel. War Turtle actually interviewed him about his PQ win. He gave a whole bunch of really good insight about the deck and the list that he used and pretty much everything to do with the Han 2 Blue Force deck. So I won't go pulling up the list and spoiling it for you. I highly recommend after you finish watching this that you jump on that and give it a watch because it was a fantastic interview. Alrighty, so outside of that, let's talk the talk. So we have 2 Piets in the top 4. Guys, if that is not the strangest thing I've seen lately, I don't know what is. I mean, don't get me wrong, Piet definitely is a formidable deck. It was just one of those ones that I think was pretty unexpected. Shedcase, Lynch, I mean, again, great players. We also had the Garsax and ECL list coming in 4th. Boba Data Fault by Linus. Linus was definitely one that was one to watch coming into this event. He had performed really well at some weeklies recently prior to this planetary qualifier. So, yeah, definitely good to see him taking the 5th place on this one. We also had a Luke Skywalker Data Vault coming in at 6th, which was Eddie. We had Cad Bane Tarkentown, which was Sam. Again, fantastically positioned Cad Bane is right now. He's just an absolute menace as far as the meta goes. So definitely not one I want to sit across from. And speaking about not wanting to sit across from, rounding out the top 8, we have Paradigm, who everyone I'm sure is very familiar with, Peter. He rocked this GI yellow deck. Look, it is incredibly cool to see Jeddah City getting some play. So hats off to you on that one. Alrighty, and going into the Vic meta report, here we go, guys. So where do I even begin to start with this? So we've seen aggro go down a little bit to 32%. We've seen an increase in mid-range, an increase in control. Han 2 has taken the top spot of the meta share at 13%. Now, keep in mind that that also does include a Han Green, which was played by Tristan at the PQ event. And there was also a Han 2 ECL, which was played by Rodders. So keep in mind that a small amount of that 13% does include Han 2 on other bases other than Blue Force. But yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. Boba 4 dropping down to 10% meta share. He's definitely still there. He's not going anywhere. That is very clear. Now, the thing that I found really surprising was we had an 8% meta share in Talzin and Kylo 5. So they have definitely come up from nowhere. Talzin was something that was definitely getting play, but it is a deck that requires a high skill level. So it wasn't something that we were seeing top cut a lot. And Kylo 5, again, another deck that is quite good into Han 2. So no surprise that that's starting to perform well and getting a few more reps on the board there. Okay, so we had a slight decline in the rare bases down to 48%. We had a pretty sizable increase in force bases getting up to 29%. And space decks going down to 25%. So again, pretty interesting now looking at the meta snapshot we have post PQ. Definitely different to what we saw just on that small sample size going into it that we had. But yeah, definitely something to keep in mind for all those Victorians out there. I know a lot of top table Victorian players didn't make it into that top 8 spot. So I know we've got a month or so until the next PQ. A lot of guys are going to be working hard to redeem themselves, myself included. Alrighty, so let's have a look what we've got coming up next. Alrighty, so we are moving across to South Australia. Okay, guys, now I know there's going to be a lot of eyes on what's going on in South Australia as far as the meta reports going this week, mainly because there is a big PQ event coming up there that we all know about. So let's start dipping our toe in the water over here and seeing what's going down. So, guys, first off, I want to thank McStew Barker for the results here down at Tabletop Warfare in Gawler. They had their store showdown on Saturday, August 23rd. As we can see here, we had a Boba 4 Data Vault winning that one. Then second place, we have Piat Thermal Oscillator. In third, we have a Boba 4 Data Vault. In fourth, we have Kit Fisto Red Force. Fifth, we've got Kylo 5. Sixth place, we have Thrawn 1 Green. Now, I find this pretty interesting because normally Thrawn 1 is paired with blue. I'm not quite sure what the green list does, but it's definitely something that I'm interested to find out more about. Down in seventh place, we have a Phasma ECL. And rounding out the top 8, we have a Kylo 5 Tarkin Town. So as you can see there, Boba 4 definitely getting some play. Kylo 5 definitely getting some play. And interestingly enough, Kit Fisto starting to make the rise, especially after that PQ placement that we saw not too long ago. Alrighty, guys. Now, I'm going to let you take a big, deep breath for this one because this is where South Australia starts getting just that little bit wild. Alrighty, here we go. So, moving on to Saturday, August 23rd, the store showdown over at the Hobby Cave. Okay, guys. So, results here were given over by Close Possum and MJ Horsey. MJ Halsey was the winner of this event on Quinlan Tarkentown. Now, I would like to point out that MJ is a 2-time Store Showdown winner. He actually previously won the Store Showdown last week as well, I believe it was, at Dragon's Lair. And that was on a Han 2 blue deck, if memory serves me correctly. So yeah, just keep in mind MJ is definitely one to keep your eye on if you are going down to that PQ. In second place, we have JW. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Let's just go straight to the Gar Yellow Force. We have in third place a Sabine ECL. Now I do believe that Thea is a previous PQ champ down there. I could be wrong on that, but if memory serves me correctly, I do believe last season they did win a planetary qualifier, and I do believe it was on Sabine ECL as well. In fourth place, we have Boba Data Vault. Fifth place, we have Han 2 Blue. In sixth place, we have a very familiar looking third sister yellow deck. Now, I will point out that we did see this deck being run in the Melbourne Planetary Qualifier, Geelong Planetary Qualifier in Victoria. So I won't give away too much on that, but yeah, that's definitely something to keep your eye out for, especially if that deck is going to start making some traction like it has in here, making the sixth place. Annie 3 Blue Force coming in at seventh. And my man Chef pulling it up on Quinlan Tarkentown to round out the top 8. Okay, now look, I've actually included the rest of the decks in here as well, mainly because I found it really, really interesting just to get a really good view of what's going on in South Australia right now. So in the ninth place, we do have Boba 4 Yellow. We've got a Yoda Red Force deck. We've got Han 4 Tarkentown. Then things start getting a bit fun. We've got a Darth Revan Blue Force. We've got a Hondo Yellow. We've got Annie 5 Blue Force. We've got the Kylo 5 Tarkentown. We've got an Ahsoka 5 Green Force deck. And then we round it out with a Admiral Holdo in Thermal Oscillator. Wow. So South Australia, you definitely know how to get a little bit wild, and I'm super looking forward to seeing what happens on this planetary qualifier coming up. Now, obviously, we do have some spicy decks here. I'm not going to go and spoil any of the lists that I did get access to, just because I don't know what people will be playing during the planetary qualifier, and I don't want to give anyone, watching this an edge over anyone else. So I will save all the deck lists until after the PQ. But yeah, we might showcase a couple ones that are pretty spicy as well. Alrighty, moving on to the Sunday. So down at Shuffled, there was a store showdown, and again, we are having some fun with a Telzin Red Force deck taking that one out. Then, interestingly enough, in second place, we have a Darth Revan Yellow. So not the blue one that we saw before. Now it's running in yellow. Third place, we've got Anakin 3 Blue. We have Chef rocking out the Quinlan Tarkentown yet again. We have James on a Vader 4 Yellow. We've got a Yoda Red coming in there. We have a Talzin Red Force deck yet again. And a Maul 5 Blue. Okay, and then also in the 9th, 10th, and 11th spot, we have a Gar ECL. We have that third sister yellow deck making an appearance again, and a Cad Bane Data Vault deck. So really, really interesting meta that they've got down there over in South Australia. Alrighty, so let's pull up the information that we have here at the moment. So looking at a bit of a snapshot here that we've got, we're looking at a 34% aggro split. We're looking 58% mid-range. So it is pretty heavy on the mid-range right there. And control only sitting at 6%. So yeah, mid-range is definitely looking like the place to play. One other thing to point out is they've only got around 18% space decks. So they are going pretty hard on the ground over in South Australia. So keep that in mind when you're selecting your deck. Quinlan and Bobar both on a 9% meta share. And then we are super wide with the meta. We have 8 leaders on a 5% meta share. So we're looking at Han 2, we're looking at Han 4, Revan, Annie 3, Yoda, Gar, Third Sister, and Kit Fisto. So, yeah, definitely an interesting collection of leaders there, guys. I'm super interested to see how this one goes. I mean, it's yeah. I can't say it enough, guys. Keep an eye out on the Discord. I'm sure the stream will appear somewhere in there for you. I'm not sure who's streaming it, whether it's the store. It could even be the Baddest Batch boys. But yeah, look, we will get a stream link in the Discord for anyone that wants to check this out. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled there over the weekend. Alrighty. Now going on to the online tournament. So here we are, guys. Sunday, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It is free. It is online. All you need to do is be a part of the Discord and register on the Melee. Alrighty, so let's wrap it up. What happened this last coming weekend? We have Beskar Paul taking it out for the second week in the row. This week he's not on the Mother Talzin deck. He is running Vader 4 yellow. So just showing some really, really good skill set there, being able to just pilot a completely different deck that does completely different things and still get the W over everyone, including getting the W over Lukey there. I mean, arguably one of the top players in the country with that Sabine ECL deck. Look, I'm not sure if they actually faced off in the pairings, but yeah, definitely impressive there for him to have the win right now. In third place, we also have Knackers running an Akbar Data Vault deck. So that's a deck that's seen quite a bit of a rise lately. Super exciting to see that coming in. Pretty strong against the Vader as well. So I'm not sure if those two did match up. But yeah, if they did, I'd be pretty interested to see how that matchup went. And then coming in fourth place, we have War Turtle running a Palp 1 yellow deck. So yeah, definitely an interesting one there. And now we are going to move along to something a little bit different. Okay, so now that we have a really good idea of the meta Australia-wide, we've had PQs in multiple states, we've had showdowns, we've got a good view of what is happening across the country as a whole. So Boba 4, Han 2, and Quinlan lead the meta right now. So Boba 4 is rocking 10% of the meta share. We have Han 2 on 8%, and we have Quinlan on 7%. Okay, so if you're going to a big event next week, who should you bring? Well, the answer there, I think it's pretty clear. Boba 4, Han 2, or Quinlan are definitely in that conversation. So Boba 4 right now, he is the top cut machine. He has 9 top cuts. He's got a win under his belt as well. There's also a really good argument that Han 2 and Quinlan are the best return on investment, mainly because they're both decks that are really, really successfully making the top cuts and also getting the most wins while doing it. So definitely keep that in mind. And then we have Piet and Kylo 5, which are notably on the rise. So guys, keep that in mind when you're selecting your deck. We are going to go straight into some upcoming events. So let's have a look what we have. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So the big one that everyone wants to talk about for this weekend, Sunday, August 31st, Planetary Qualifier down at the Dragon's Lair in South Australia. Guys, I've spoken about this one a bit so far on this episode. It's going to be big. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited to see what the meta turns out like in Adelaide. The players down there are really, really talented players. So it's going to be good to get some eyes on them and what those guys are doing. So, yeah, really looking forward to that one. They've also got a store showdown on September 13th at Tabletop Warfare in the Adelaide CBD. And on October 13, they've also got another showdown down at TTW in Prospect. Alrighty, guys. So moving along to some upcoming events in Victoria, we have had a whole bunch announced. So tomorrow night, which is Friday, August 29th, we have a store showdown at Grand J Games. Saturday, August 30, we have a showdown at Midian. Sunday, August 31st, we've got another showdown at Maze of Fitzroy, and that should round out our weekend in Victoria. Then we also have some upcoming events in September. We have a sealed store showdown down at General Games in Frankston on Monday, September 1st. Saturday, September 6th, we'll have a store showdown at General Games in Chirnside. Saturday, September 20th, we have a store showdown at the Games District over in Airport West. Now, Sunday, September 21st, the SWU Draft Championship at Turn Order Games. Guys, this one is going to be one to be at. I've got to be honest, the last one was absolutely bananas. It was just a huge event. It had a great turnout. Everyone had a lot of fun, drafting from multiple sets. I can't say enough good things about it if you are keen on the draft format, and especially now that we are going to see some of those draft and sealed planetary qualifiers coming up. Highly recommend you take part in this event. Jump on the Discord, check that one out. Outside of that, the week after, there is a store showdown down at the Gaming Arena on September 27th. Alrighty, quick one here. We won't spend too much time on it, but shout out to the boys in New Zealand who have a planetary qualifier coming up this weekend on August 30th down at the Card Merchant in Hamilton. And we've also got to give our love to some of our folks in the Northern Territory. Sunday, 31st of August, store showdown down at the Game Shed in Woolner. Alrighty, guys, moving across to the ACT. So this one is a big one. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a double header. Saturday, September 13th. Ignore that slide. The planetary qualifier at the Cartel Gaming Club. That one is going to be huge. I'm pretty certain there's going to be quite a few interstate talent going, just mainly based on the fact that there's a really cool double-header event, and we're going to have to mention that now. So Sunday, September the 14th, the Onyx Squadron present The Garbage Will Do. Now, it is a bit of a themed event. It's held at the Canberra Technology Park. So basically, my understanding of this is there are 7 leaders. You've got to play one of them. And prize-wise, there are going to be showcases for the highest placing leaders. If you're playing that leader and you place the highest, my understanding is that you do get a showcase. Guys, if you haven't been to these Onyx events before, they are fantastic. The prizing for those events have always been second to none. They're just so good. So, guys, if you do get a chance, get your tickets to both of those events. It's double header. It's going to be a lot of fun. Grab your mates, grab a car, hit the road, and enjoy it. Alrighty, and rounding us out on upcoming events, we've got to mention this one. Western Australia, guys, we have September 27th. We have a unified teams event down at Beskar Forge. And it is also backing onto the planetary qualifier the next day, also at Beskar Forge. Now, guys, one thing to really note about this is Beskar have said that they will pay the flights home for the winner of the planetary qualifier. So just in case you guys needed another reason to get on a plane and compete at this event, that is the big one right there. Not only that, the Unified Teams event, guys. Best thing to do is check out the Beskar Forge website. All the information is on there. But yeah, look, this is a charity event, that Teams event. You grab a 3-player group of your mates, you battle it out. The money goes to a kids charity. I mean, it is just such a good thing to be a part of. I do know the Baddest Batch boys are going to be a part of that one, and also the Perth Jawas, I believe they're calling themselves. Don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure who the Jawas are, but yeah, guys, look, that event is going to be an absolute banger. So yeah, be sure to get your tickets and be a part of that one as well. Alrighty, guys, so that pretty much closes us out for today's episode. Next week is going to be a big one. I know we're going to have a lot to cover with this planetary qualifier and all of these showdown events that are taking place. So yeah, guys, if you haven't already and you want to just keep an eye out on the action, click the QR code, jump onto the Discord. All the events results will be there as they happen. Event streams will be in there as well, so you can check out the events live and watch them. Guys, again, I can't say enough good things about what we're doing in the community. All I got to say now is, shuffle, shuffle. Let's do it, guys. All right.